Hey, good morning everyone. Just getting a camera set up. It fell. Oh, and it fell again. All right, we are almost set up. And I'll get my mat out. Happy Wednesday, guys. Welcome to Power Yoga. And my name is Nikki. So this is a power class. I do have modifications in here. Feel free to take any modifications that you need, any variations, take a rest when you need it. Please listen to your body. Do what you need to do for your practice. I'm here to guide you through, but ultimately this is your own practice. And I forgot to put a fancy little cover up here. So welcome, happy Wednesday. We are going to get started today in our child's pose. And that's going to be big toes touching, knees can come in close or you can take them wide. Hips sink back towards your heels. Fingers reach forward. And maybe your forehead rests on the floor, or bend your elbows and it rests on your hands. Or you can put a block under your forehead as well. It's whatever feels comfortable for you. We're just going to focus in for a few minutes or a few breaths. Focusing inward, focusing on our body and our breath, and starting to let go of everything else. So as you inhale, you can soften your gaze or close your eyes and take a big breath in, fill your belly. And a nice big exhale to just start to soften the muscles and start to let go. Let go of anything floating around in your mind that is not going to serve your practice this morning. Big inhale. Maybe feel your belly drop a bit. Feel your lower back expand. Feel your ribs expand. Continue to soften your muscles on that exhale. Let's take one more full round of breath. Big inhale in. Fantastic. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or your gaze soft as you rise up into tabletop position. Wrists stack under shoulders, knees stack under your hips, and your feet are nice and tops of your feet are flat on the ground. As you inhale, your belly drops into cow. And as you exhale, your back arches up into cat. So continue to move with your breath here. We all have a different breath. We all have unique timing, unique breath, unique bodies. So please work with your body. Do what you need to do, even if it's a different pace than me, that's totally fine. Take any extra moves that you'd like in your cat-cow, anything that's feeling good here. We're going to take one more round of breath. And then on your next inhale, come back into tabletop. And we're going to just start to warm up the back and the spine a little bit more. So root down into your left hand and your right leg, and right arm and left leg come out. Left leg can sit right here if you need some extra support. Inhale to really lengthen everything out. Exhale back into tabletop. Switch sides. Inhale, reach with the left arm and right leg. Exhale back to tabletop. Good, one more each side here. And inhale to reach. And exhale in, and then we're gonna add a little core work. Yay! So inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow, come into that cat. Inhale to reach it out. Exhale back to tabletop and switch sides. Inhale to reach. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale to reach. Exhale to tabletop, and one more time. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to tabletop. Switch sides and reach. Knee to elbow. Lengthen it out. Back into tabletop. We're going to pop into a down dog from here. So if you need to move your hands forward a little bit, please feel free to. Spread your fingers, press into the tips of your fingers and your knuckles. Tuck your toes, hips come up and back. 3 rounds of breath here for any movement that your body needs right here. So get the legs moving, get the blood flowing, get everything going. Nice deep breaths. As you're in that down dog, feel free to keep your knees a little bit bent if that feels good on your hamstrings or lower back. Relax your jaw, relax your neck. Think of pushing your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Good, find stillness to your dog. Shift your weight into your left hand. Take your right hand and reach back for that left leg. So to your shin, outside of your calf, maybe to your thigh, maybe to the outside of your ankle. Maybe you're going to peek your head under your armpit. And take a couple breaths there in that twist. So I want it to feel good. Keep the hips nice and square, nothing too intense. Just warming up that spine and get a little bit more. We'll be doing some more twists today. And then on your next inhale, release that hand, bring it back to down dog and switch sides. Weight into the right hand. Left hand reaches for that right leg and find that twist on this side. Take a couple breaths here. And then find your way back into that down dog. Glance up towards your hands, step your feet forward a little bit wide. And then soften your knees and let your upper body relax and just hang here. So you're trying bringing your chest towards your thighs a little more, and maybe grab opposite elbows, maybe sway side to side. Let your head be super heavy here, like a big bowling ball or a kettlebell. Just pulling down on your spine, creating space, lengthening everything out. And we've got one more full breath here. Release the elbows if you have them. Root down through the feet and roll up nice and slow. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Shrug the shoulders back a few times. Open up the chest. Bring the heels under your hips. Shoulders shrug back. Palms are open. Engage the lower abs to pull in that tailbone so it's in line with your spine. Take a big breath in. Big exhale, soften the muscles. A big inhale in and reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Arms still stay active. Hands pressing into each other. Inhale to reach up. Soften your knees and fold forward. Good, halfway lift, lengthen through the crown of the head, and fold. Root down through your feet, rise up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Add a little more movement, reach it high, and fold forward. Halfway lift, nice long spine, and fold. Step your right foot back behind you. Lower that knee, coming into a nice low lunge and rise up. And just take a moment, relax the shoulders, pull back on that left hip. As you exhale, sweep your fingers down and back. Root down through that left foot to rise up. One more time, sweep it down and back. And rise it up. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back to down dog. Shift forward into your plank, so toes or knees. Hug your elbows in and lower down. Take your arms by your side. And we're going to switch up cobra for half or full locust. So shrug your shoulders back, lift your heart, press into the tops of your toes and your thighs. Lower down, bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press back to down dog. Right foot steps forward, lower your left knee. Press down into your left hand and right fingers reach up for a nice twist. And we're just going to pause here so you can reach for the sky, hand to your hip. Maybe wrap that arm around your lower back to open up your chest. Maybe tuck your back toe and float that leg for a challenge. One more inhale, reach up to the sky, lower your knee. Exhale, plant your hand to frame your foot. Shift your weight into that right foot. Left foot steps up to meet it. Rise up, hands to heart. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Left foot steps back. Lower that knee, rise up into a nice lunge. Sweep the fingers down and back, lengthen through the crown of the head and the fingers. And rise up. And one more time, sweep those fingers down and back. And rise up. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to down dog. Shift into your plank. Hug your elbows, lower down, arms come by your side. Shrug the shoulders back, half or full locust. Lower down, hands come under your shoulders, press back to down dog. Left foot steps forward, lower that knee, plant your left hand, right fingers reach up for that twist if you want to float your knee, if you want to wrap your arm around your lower back, whatever's feeling good. Take about one more breath while I adjust this. Much better. Good. Let that hand float down, lower your knee. If it's lifted, shift your weight. Right foot steps up to meet left, rise up. Hands to heart, and we're going to add a little more movement. Reach up. Soften the knees and fold. And right foot steps back. Keep the knee lifted and rise up. Sweep the fingers down and back. Rise back up. Fold forward, plant your hands, press back to that down dog. Shift forward into your plank. Hug your elbows, lower to your belly, arms by your side, half or full locust. Come down and back to down dog. Right foot steps forward. Shift your weight into that right leg. Rise up, float your left knee. Set that foot down, inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold. Left foot steps back, rise into your lunge, sweep the fingers down and back, and rise up. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to down dog. Shift into plank, lower to your belly, half or full locust. Exhale to lower, hands under your shoulders, back to down dog. Right foot steps forward, shift your weight into that leg. Float your right knee, set that foot down, inhale to reach, and fold. Right foot steps back, rise into your lunge, sweep the fingers down and back. Root down into that left foot to rise. And fold forward, plant your hands, back to down dog. Shift into plank, pause here, we're gonna come into a side plank. So you can either lower the left knee, or come down to your left elbow, because this first time we're going to hold it for a moment. So you want to stack your shoulders, keep lifting up through that top hip. Always an option to bring that knee down for some extra support. For more of a challenge, lift that right leg up. And then come back into your plank. Hug your elbows in, lower down, half or full locust. Bring it down, back to down dog. Right foot steps forward into your lunge. And we're going to come into a prayer twist. So from here, feel free to lower your back knee if you'd like support. Rise up, hands to heart. You're going to turn to the right and then lean. And so for me, it's more comfortable to have my elbow inside of my thigh, but yours might come all the way to the outside. We've got a couple breaths here for this twist. So, you know I'm a stickler for that alignment. So a couple of things here. You want your hands to stay at your heart when you're in that twist. So if you feel them coming up towards your shoulder, you'll want to lessen your twist. You want this twist to come from here, not from the chest or the hips. If your knee is falling in to the left, go ahead and lessen that twist so you're not torquing your hip or your knee or your ankle. And don't worry, I didn't forget about us. So go ahead, plant your hands, shift your weight into that right leg, rise up, float your left knee, take a full breath. Set that foot down, inhale to reach and fold. Left foot steps back, rise into your lunge. Sweep the fingers down and back and rise up. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to down dog. Shift into plank, side plank, other side. Weight comes into your right hand outside of your right foot. Maybe your knee comes down. Lift up through that left hip. Maybe float that left leg. And then come back into your plank. Hug the elbows to lower, arms by your side. Lift your heart, maybe your legs. Come down, press back to down dog. Left foot steps forward. And then we're going to come into that prayer twist on this side. So if you want to lower your right knee, go ahead. Hands to heart. Turn to the left side. Twist coming from your waist. And then come on forward, elbow to the inside or outside of your thigh. So again, hands stay at your heart. Make sure that that left knee is not falling into the right. It's always better to lessen your twist than to hurt your body by trying to take it to a level that it's not at right now. Gonna come back to center. Fold forward, plant your hand, shift your weight, float your right knee as you rise up. Take a full breath. Set that foot down, inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Right foot steps back, plant your right hand, left fingers reach up. Exhale, plant that hand, step back to down dog. Shift into your plank. Side plank into the left, weight to the left side of the body. Come back into plank, hug the elbows in and lower down. Half or full locust. And lower. Press back to down dog. Right foot steps forward. Rise up. Hands to heart. Take that prayer twist. Come on back up. Plant your hands, shift your weight. Rise up, float that left leg, and from here we're going to take a twist. So you can take that left arm back, maybe your gaze follows. Maybe you even grab your left big toe with your right hand or lengthen that leg out. If you're grabbing that toe, you want to keep your chest lifted. That's going to help you with your balance. And we're going to pause here for one more breath. Come back to center. Set that foot down. Inhale to rise and exhale to fold. Left foot steps back. Plant your left hand. Right fingers reach up. Exhale, let that hand come down. Step back to down dog. Shift into plank, side plank on the right side. Back to regular plank. Hug the elbows, lower to your belly, half or full locust. Lower down, hands come under your heart, press back to under your shoulders, back to down dog. Left foot steps forward. Rise up, prayer twist. Very brief, come on back up. Plant your hands, shift your weight. Float that right leg, pause here to take your twist. Right hand can reach back, gaze can follow. Also, if the balance is not happening today, your block is right there for a little support. Maybe Grab your big toe, maybe not. Just depends where you're at today. On your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, set that foot down. We're gonna add a little bit more, reach it up to the sky, and fold. Right foot steps back. Plant your hand, left fingers reach up. Plant your hand, step back to down dog. Shift into plank, side plank to the left side. Come on back to center, hug the elbows and lower down. Locust or full locust, half or full locust, and then back to down dog. Right foot steps forward. We're going to take that prayer twist out, and we're going to rise up into a lunge. And we're going to turn in the left heel, open up warrior two, and then come on back to that lunge. So we're just going to do that a couple times. So open up warrior two, then lift that heel, come back into your lunge. One more time, open up warrior two, come on back up into that lunge. From here, shift your weight into the right leg, float your left knee. Take that twist here. Whatever option you'd like. If you want to grab your big toe, it's okay if you wobble or you fall. If you have to step out of it for a moment. Soften your knee, focus on your breath. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, set that foot down. Inhale to reach it up. Exhale to fold. And left foot steps back. Plant your left hand, right fingers reach up for a twist. Then bring it down, step back to down dog. Shift into your plank, side plank, weight to the left. Back into plank, lower down. Half or full locust. Bring it down and press back to down dog. And left foot steps forward. And then you're gonna rise up, turn in that back heel, open up warrior two, and then come back into your lunge. Warrior two, back into your lunge. One more time, warrior two, back into your lunge. Shift your weight into that left foot, float the right leg, find that twist on this side. So again, you could be here, you can grab that big toe, you can lengthen it out. You're going to take one more breath wherever you're at. Come back to center, set that foot down. We have just one more move to add in. Reach it up and fold. Right foot steps back, plant the right hand, left fingers reach up. Let that hand float down, step back to down dog. Shift into your plank. Side plank, weight goes to the right side or the left side. Come on back, lower down, half or full locust. And then back to down dog. Right foot steps forward. And then you're gonna rise up, open up warrior two. Come back into that lunge, shift your weight, float the right leg. We're going to take that twist, come back to center, hinge forward, coming into your warrior three. Pushing that left foot back, flexing your foot like you're trying to push your foot into a wall. You want a nice line from the back of your head to your tailbone. Hands can stay at your heart. They can reach forward. They can be by your side. Breathe nice and deep. Relax your jaw. Step out of it if you need to. Grab blocks, put them under your shoulders if you need to. And on your next inhale, rise back up. Float the knee again. Set that foot down. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold. Left foot steps back. Plant your hand. Right fingers reach up. Let that hand float down. Step back to down dog. Shift into plank, side plank, weight to the right. Come back to down dog or to plank. Hug the elbows, lower down, half or full locust. Bring it down, press back to down dog. And left foot steps forward. Rise into your lunge, turning your back heel, open up warrior two. Come back into your lunge, shift your weight into that leg. Float the right leg, take your twist here. Come on back to center. Root down into the left foot. Hinge forward, find warrior three on this side. Think of dialing your toes and your hip bones down. Really pressing through your heel. Keeping that foot energized, just like it's pressing down into the earth. On your next inhale, rise up. Let that right knee float up. Set that foot down, take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful job on your flow, guys. We're gonna do a couple balances. Then we're gonna do core work for a minute. Yeah, I know you guys love that so much. And then we're gonna cool it down and stretch it out. Ooh, it is a humid day already, guys. Welcome to summer, right? All right, so we're gonna start by what is my favorite, what we do almost every class, chair pose. And it's really funny because a friend of mine had posted this funny little thing. It was Homer Simpson, and it says when the teacher says Utkatasana, which is chair pose in Sanskrit, and then Homer starts to back up into the bush. And I was like, oh, I do chair pose all the time. So we're gonna start with big toes touching or legs in close, feet in close if that's comfortable for you. If it is more comfortable, feel free to step the feet a little bit out. Shoulders shrug back, palms press into each other. Keep your shoulder blades and your shoulders engaged here. Elbows stay out. Shift your weight towards your heels, keeping some in the balls of your feet. And then sit your hips back. So you want to keep the spine long. Good. It's very easy for that tailbone to tilt up a bit. So really think of engaging the lower abs, lengthening the tailbone out. Palms still press into each other. Maybe take it a little bit lower if that feels all right. Hands can stay together. You can reach them forward, or you can bring biceps up by your ears. For me, that's not very comfortable for my shoulders, so I like to keep them forward or hands at my heart. It also tends to make your low back tilt up, make the pelvis tilt back. So that's where you want to engage those lower abs. Bring the tailbone in line with the spine. Maybe bring your arms down a little bit. And take one more breath. On your next inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. We have one more chair pose, and this is going to work our balance a little bit more. So you're going to keep your feet hip distance on this one. You're going to shift your weight into the balls of your feet. Hands can be at your heart, or for me, it's a little bit easier to balance if I take them straight out. And then you're going to, again, start to bend the knees, keeping the spine long. Sitting the hips back. Engaging the whole core, engaging all these muscles here to keep that spine elongated, to keep that spine in line with each other. Relax your jaw, relax your neck, focus on something and breathe. Feel that breath coming all the way into the lower part of your lungs. So you're breathing nice and deep, feeding your muscles the oxygen that they need here to work. And on your next inhale, rise back up, exhale, hands to heart, lower your heels. Take a big breath, give yourself a little clap. Awesome job there. And then we're going to just fold forward. Come on down to a seat. And for our abs today, we're going to have a little bit of fun. So you can hold boat pose. And there's lots of variations here. So while I'm telling you, go ahead and grab a drink. So you just want that spine to be long. So it's real easy in boat pose for the spine to cave in a little bit. Keep the spine long. So you can have heels down, arms back by your side. You can lift the legs, straighten them all the way. You can lift the arms as well. But if you do feel that back caving in, take your hands behind you or lower your heels so that you can keep your nice long spine. If you want more of a challenge today, a little more fire, you can inhale, open up, exhale, bring the knees in towards the chest. Same thing with the arms out to the side. Arms are your choice here. You're just coming in with a long spine. And that minute starts right now. So pick your poise, and you can either hold it focusing and breathing, or you can add some movement. Don't know if you guys heard those, my knees popping there. Sometimes I feel like snap, crackle, pop. If you are adding that movement, make sure you're exhaling as you come up, inhaling to lower. It's going to help you a little bit. You want to have some space between your chin and your chest here. So imagine that you have an orange there, and you don't want to smash that orange and get orange juice all over you. So just a little bit of pressure, but that chin is not coming all the way to your chest. There's some nice space. Your chin is relaxed. We've got 10 seconds. You guys are rocking it out. And you're down to 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. So come up, bend your knees, give them a little hug, and now you can curl that back in a little bit and let your forehead come towards your knees. Take a couple breaths to release and relax the lower back. One more breath. Fantastic job. So we're going to find our way into down dog, however you want to do it. If you want to do a whole nother vinyasa to get there, that's fine. If not, maybe come up into a ball, plant your hands, and find your way back. However you want to get there. Good. Just take a couple breaths here. We're going to lift up to the balls of our feet and lower the heels a few times. And then on your next inhale, float your right leg. Bend your knee, open up your hip, but keep your shoulders square to the front. And then bring that right knee towards your wrist. Let your shin settle. Lower the left knee and lengthen it out. And don't fully come down just yet. So if you need some support under your hip, this is a great place to put a block. Maybe the block is too big. You just want to roll up a mat or a cushion or something. You want to lengthen out through the spine here. So take a nice big breath. And you can stay here, or you can start to bring it forward. Maybe coming to your elbows or all the way down. So if you're coming to your elbows, you can put a block under your forehead if you'd like. A lot of times we just kind of let our head collapse down and our chin. And then you're not lengthening out through that spine anymore. So you would still want to keep the spine long. So a block under your forehead here is a wonderful option. If you'd like a little more stretch today, you can take your right hand, slide it underneath your left armpit, and take a couple breaths. One more breath. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your back toe and find your way back to that down dog. And take a couple breaths if you want to pedal it out or move the hips side to side. If you want to flip your dog here, you'll lift your right leg, bend your knee, let your right foot fall back behind you, lifting the right hand, reaching it back, pushing up through the hips, and then come back to that down dog. Find some stillness here. Left leg lifts. Bend your knee, open up your hip, keep the shoulders square, bring that left foot forward, that left knee, let your shin settle, lower the right knee, lengthen out the right leg. Good, pause here for a moment, grab some support if you need it. Lengthen up through the spine. Hips and shoulders are square to the front. And you can stay right here, or if you want to bring it down, whatever is feeling good for you today. Keep the spine long and start to soften those muscles as you exhale. really breathe in some fresh oxygen on that inhale. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath. And then you're going to take your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your back toe. Find your way back to down dog. Take a few breaths if you want to pedal it out. If you want to flip your dog on this side, left leg lifts, bend your knee. Let your foot fall back behind you. Lift up that left leg, push up through the hips, and then come back to down dog. Good, lift up to the balls of your feet, let your knees float down. Swing your legs around in front of you. Feet are flexed. Knees can bend as much as you need here. Lengthen up through the spine. I like to grab my blocks here. And then you're going to exhale, fold forward. Keep the spine long and let your hands float down wherever it's comfortable. Again, I like my blocks. I'll just frame my legs with my blocks and let my forearms rest on them. Keeping my spine long, keeping my gaze down at my shins and taking a few breaths here. Bend the knees if this is really intense for you. We're going to take 1 more round of breath here. And gently rise up. If you have those blocks, you can set them up to the side. Bend your knees, bring the bottoms of your feet together. Find your sit bones here. And for me, the tops of my feet always open up a little bit, and that's fine. You want to sit up nice and tall, keep the spine long again, and hinge forward. And maybe just think about each exhale, the muscles in your hips right here, in your outer thighs, are just starting to soften and relax a little bit more, opening everything up. And guys, if you join me for my Build Balance Flow, if you've never taken that before, I do it Fridays at 7 a.m., but it does live on my Facebook and YouTube page. And this Friday, we are working on our warriors. So we're going to talk about the origin of the warrior pose as we work through it and have some strong warriors and build it into different transitions. So it's going to be warrior based. You'll get a little history lesson along with your yoga practice as well. And let's come on back up and we'll talk about the importance of warrior pose as well. So bend your knees, plant your feet, and again, you want to be midway, just like we always do, midway on that mat. And you're just going to roll down onto your back. You can have your props by your side here. And you're going to bring that right knee into your chest. Give it a little bit of a hug here. And then you're going to wrap that leg over your left. Arms wide to the side. Let your legs fall over to the right side. If this is not comfortable, you can take a block underneath your legs, or you can find a more comfortable twist for you. Maybe your gaze is over your right shoulder. Is that right? Yeah, your legs fall to the left. I'm sorry if I said the right. You know, my right and my left guys, they mix me up sometimes. And a little bit later today, when I do post about Build Balance Flow, I'm going to post an article about the importance of warrior pose as well. If you'd like to take a little read, it's a good read. Some good information. Let's take 1 more breath in this twist. And on your inhale, come back up to center. Unwrap that leg, set it down. Left comes over right, and legs fall to the right this time, finding that twist on this side. Feel free to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Just breathe. And you can also join me on Saturday, my last in the series for Yoga for Runners. It is free, but if you would like to donate to Yoga Buzz, you always can. And you actually have to sign up through Eventbrite through Yoga Buzz The event is on my Facebook page though. So we use Zoom so that way I can kind of see you guys as well, and it's a little bit closer to being in person. We're not quite there yet, but at least I get to see some bodies moving, so that's nice. Come on back up to center, unwrap the legs, give the knees a little hug here. And then you're gonna set your feet down. Lift your hips. You can grab a block or a blanket or a pillow. Place it underneath your low back. Lift the shoulders, shrug them back, and settle in. Supported bridge, great place to be. Legs up for waterfall, legs long. If you like a shoulder stand or legs up the wall or plow pose, go ahead and take that here. It's whatever's feeling good for you this morning. Nice deep breaths. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. So when I'm here, I like to kind of think about how the block feels underneath my lower back, putting nice gentle pressure on my muscles to start to release and relax them. And let's take one more full breath wherever you're at. Bend your knees, plant your feet, gently lift your hips, slide the block out, lower down. Lower your hips down, maybe give your knees a hug, rock side to side, or draw some little circles. We're gonna take 3 rounds of breath for any final moves that you'd like before you settle in for Shavasana. And I do suggest that before you fully settle in, you go ahead and stop the video because it may flip to another video and I wouldn't want to interrupt your Shavasana. Some days we need a little extra time and a little extra space. And so feel free to take as long as you need, and ending this broadcast, ending this tape will give you that extra time. Start to find your way into that final rest, whether that be legs long, arms by your side, round angle, if you like to have a seat for your Shavasana. Before you fully settle in, I want you to take about 3 rounds of breath. Think of a wave of energy starting at the crown of your head, and it's going to gently roll over your body, taking with it any tension, any tightness, any stress, any negativity that you're still holding on to in your body, and gently washing down your body till it gets to the tips of your toes, washing all of that away, leaving you to rest and relax in the present moment, to focus on your breath and your body, to take that final rest before you get moving on your day, to take that nice little reset. So friends, I hope you join me on Friday. I hope to see you soon in person. I have a lot of new and exciting things I'm slowly working on through my website, on the website, and on here I'll have little announcements. And from my heart to yours, peace, love, and kindness. Have a wonderful Wednesday.